Bismillah al-Rahman al-Rahim. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We live in a world that shouts at us from every screen, every billboard, defining success for us. It tells us success is the car you drive, success is the title on your door, success is the number of people who know your name, and we run. We chase, we exhaust ourselves. And then we sit sometimes in the silence of our own rooms and we feel empty. We ask ourselves, is this really it? Allah Subhanahu warns us in the Quran, the life of this world is only the enjoyment of deception. Surah Al-Imran 3:25, a beautiful yet profound warning. The glitter of this world is a deception. It makes you believe it's everything, while it is nothing but a passing enjoyment. So, what is real success? In Arabic, it is al-falah, the ultimate everlasting triumph. And who defines it? The one who created success and failure. Allah defines it for us crystal clear. Let us begin with a profound reality that we must engrave upon our hearts. We are surrounded, immersed in a tidal wave of definitions not our own. From the moment we awaken, the world speaks to us in a powerful, seductive language. It speaks through the glowing screens we hold in our hands, through the towering advertisements that fill our cities, through the subtle and not so subtle conversations about status and achievement. It declares with unwavering confidence what victory looks like. It proclaims success is the luxury of the car you drive. Can everyone see it? Does it turn heads? It insists success is the weight of the title on your office door, the letters after your name, the authority you command in meetings. And perhaps most pervasive in our age, it whispers and then shouts. Success is the number of people who know your name, your followers, your likes, your viral moments. Your fame is your worth. And so, what do? We run. We sprint on this treadmill that someone else built. We chase these shimmering images, these phantom goals that always seem to be just one promotion away, one big break away, 1 million followers away. We exhaust our souls, burn our energy, trade our precious time we will never get back, for the currency of this worldly approval. We come home late, we miss moments with our loved ones, we skip prayers in our rush, we compromise a little on our principles, telling ourselves it's just for now, just until we reach that pinnacle. And then sometimes, in a rare moment of silence, perhaps in the last watch of the night when the world is asleep and the noise fades, or in a moment of unexpected stillness amidst the chaos, we sit and we feel it, a hollow space, an emptiness that all the possessions, all the accolades cannot fill. We look at what we've accumulated and we ask that haunting, deeply human question, is this really it? Is this all there is? I have what they told me to want, so why does my heart feel so heavy, so restless, so unfulfilled? This feeling, my dear friends, is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of a heart that is still alive, a soul that remembers its origin. It is a divine mercy, a wake-up call from Allah SWT himself, telling you that you are chasing a shadow. Allah in His infinite wisdom and perfect guidance warns us in the noble Quran, the life of this world is only the enjoyment of deception. Surah Al-Imran 3:25. Reflect on this, enjoyment of deception. It is an enjoyment, yes. Allah does not deny that the world has its beauties, its pleasures, its lawful delights for which we can be grateful. But it is a deceptive enjoyment. Its danger lies in its disguise. It is like sweet, salty water. It quenches the thirst for a moment but leaves you more parched than before. The glitter of this world, the glamour, the applause, it is a mirage in the desert. From a distance, it promises a lush oasis, a final satisfaction. But when you arrive with all your effort and thirst, you find only sand. It makes you believe it is the final destination, the ultimate purpose, while in truth it is nothing but a passing station, a fleeting test, a temporary playground for our journey. This is the great illusion we must break free from. We have been programmed to measure our lives by a broken scale. We measure by quantity how much we have, how many know us. But Allah measures by quality, the state of our hearts, the purity of our intentions, the weight of our deeds. We look at the outer shell, the appearance, but Allah looks at the core, the reality within. So if all these worldly markers are a deception, a test, and not the true goal, then what is real success? What is the triumph that actually matters, that lasts beyond the grave, that brings true peace not just to our circumstances, but to our very beings? In our beautiful Deen, this concept has a profound name, Al-Falah. This is not a small win, a temporary promotion. Al-Falah is the ultimate, everlasting triumph. It is complete and utter success. It is salvation. It is flourishing in the truest, most eternal sense. And here is the most crucial point we must internalize until it changes our entire perspective. The definition of this success is not up for debate. We do not get to vote on it. We do not get to customize it based on our culture or our personal ambitions. Why? Because you cannot define a thing better than its creator, the one who designed success and failure, the one who designed the human heart and knows precisely what will fulfill it and what will destroy it. Allah Almighty. He alone has the absolute authority to define what true success is. And the beauty of His mercy is that He has not left us guessing. He has not hidden the blueprint. He has sent it down to us crystal clear in a revelation that echoes through time, in the words of the Quran and the life of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. It is not a mystery to be solved by the rich or the famous. It is an open book, a clear path, accessible to the king in his palace and the believer in his humble home, to the CEO in his corner office and the mother in her living room. The criteria are not wealth or lineage, they are faith and action. So the journey to real success begins here with this fundamental shift. We stop asking the world, what do you consider success? And we turn with humility and longing to ask our Lord, O Allah, as you have defined success, grant me the understanding to seek it and the strength to achieve it. This is the first and most important step out of the deception and into the light of true and lasting triumph. So, if we have understood that the world's definitions are a mirage, the next question is, where do we look? To whom do we turn for the truth? The answer is the source of all truth. We turn to the one whose knowledge is complete, whose wisdom is perfect, whose words are the final criterion. Success, real success, is defined by Allah alone. This is not a philosophical idea, it is a liberating, anchoring reality. It frees you from the tyranny of ever-changing trends and the exhausting race for human approval. When you anchor your life's purpose to the divine definition, you find a stability that no economic downturn can shake, a peace that no criticism can shatter. You are no longer a slave to the opinions of the creation. You become a servant seeking the pleasure of the Creator. And Allah, in His infinite mercy, has not made this definition vague or hidden. He has laid it out for us with breathtaking clarity. Let us open the book of guidance, the ultimate user manual for the human soul. Allah says in the Quran, indeed, the successful are the believers. The Surah Al-Mu'minun 23:1. Stop right here. Let this verse settle in your heart. The very first characteristic, the foundational pillar of Al-Falah is Iman. Pure, unwavering, heartfelt faith. Not the faith of inheritance, not the faith of culture, but the conscious, chosen faith of a heart that has recognized its Lord. This is where it all begins. Before any action, before any outward manifestation, there is this inner reality, a heart that submits, that knows, that trusts in Allah. This faith is the seed from which the entire tree of success grows. Without this seed, nothing else can be truly fruitful. A person can have all the worldly trappings of success, but without this Iman, in the sight of Allah, they are among the greatest losers. Conversely, a person who possesses this sincere faith, even if they possess nothing of this world, is already on the register of the successful in the eternal records. But Allah does not stop there. He, the Most Wise, elaborates. He paints a picture of what this successful living life looks like. He continues in the same sublime passage, those who are humble in their prayer. Here is the first fruit of that faith. Real success is manifested in your salah. Not the salah that is rushed, a mere physical exercise, a box to be ticked, but the salah of khushu, where the heart is present humble and fully submitted. It is that moment when you stand before Allah and the world falls away. Your worries, your desires, your plans, they all pause. In that prostration, you are at your most successful because you are exactly where you are meant to be, in communion with your Lord. That connection, that spiritual nourishment is a success no boardroom victory can ever match. And he says, who avoid idle talk. Real success gives you control over your tongue. It is the ability to guard your speech, to speak good or remain silent. It is to leave gossip, backbiting, lies, and vulgarity. The successful person's words are a source of benefit, of remembrance of Allah, of reconciliation, of knowledge. Their silence is a protection. Think of the oceans of sin we could avoid, the mountains of good we could build, if we truly mastered this single characteristic of the successful. Your tongue is a direct reflection of the state of your heart, and a successful heart produces successful speech. Furthermore, who pay the obligatory charity? Real success is not in hoarding wealth, but in purifying it. Zakat is not a tax, it is a purification. It is the acknowledgement that everything you have is a trust from Allah. To give a portion of it willingly, obediently, is to cut the chains of greed that bind the heart to this world. It is to declare, my wealth does not own me. I use it as my Lord commands. The successful person sees their wealth as a tool for good, a means to earn Allah's pleasure, not as an idol to be worshipped. The flow of charity from their hand is a sign of a heart that is generous, trusting in Allah's provision and connected to the community, and who guard their chastity in a world that sells desire and promotes the fulfillment of every impulse as freedom. True success is in discipline, in dignity, in guarding one's private parts from all that is unlawful. This guarding is not just physical, it is of the eyes, the ears, the heart, and the thoughts. It is the success of self-respect, of honoring the sacred trust of one's body and soul. It is the building of relationships on a foundation of piety and commitment, not temporary passion. This purity becomes a light for the individual, a safety for the family, and a strength for the entire society. Look at this comprehensive portrait. Allah defines success not as a destination you arrive at, but as a state of being you live in. It is a holistic success. It encompasses your private relationship with Allah, your prayer, your social conduct, your speech, your economic life, your charity, and your most intimate personal life, your chastity. It is success in every dimension of your existence. This is Al-Falah as defined by the All-Knowing. It is a success that brings inner peace because you are in harmony with your Creator's commands. It is a success that earns you dignity in this life and unimaginable reward in the next. Therefore, my dear friends, the lesson is profound. Do not measure your life by a ledger of profit and loss written by people. Measure it by this divine checklist. At the end of the day, ask yourself not, did my stocks go up? But was my faith firm today? Was my prayer humble? Did my tongue avoid evil? Was I generous with what Allah gave me? Did I guard my modesty? When these become the metrics of your daily review, you have aligned yourself with the only definition of success that will matter when this brief life is over. You have begun to walk the path of Al-Falah. You are now building for a success that death cannot end, a success that begins in the heart, is manifested in actions, and culminates in an eternal home of peace in the presence of the Most Merciful. That is the success worthy of our striving. That is the success defined by Allah alone.